Good morning and welcome to another instalment of the Moving Diaries. We officially have 1 week until all of our stuff is leaving this flat, which feels so weird, and I'm super relaxed and not at all neurotic about it or anything. And if you're wondering what this is, it's just a list of all the food we have in the house so we can remember to eat it. Speaking of food, we've got a big day ahead, so Charlie's just popped to the coffee shop to get us some coffee.
Yeah, nice.
I've got a white mocha, which is my current fave. What did you get? Flat
Guess
white.
what I got?
Flat white.
Not any flat white.
Sorry, flat white.
Sorry.
And a selection of pastries. Oh my god, what do we have here?
So, pain au raisin,
Nice.
pain au chocolat,
Nice.
cinnamon swirl,
Nice.
and hazelnut croissant.
Nice.
Which one do you want? Do you want it warm?
Can I have the hazelnut croissant?
Yeah.
Please?
Warm?
Thank you. Okay, right. I mean business today. Here is my list. Last night we went to the theatre, we went to see The Great Gatsby. And we took with us our 2 little Reese's eggs. And the fizzy pigtails, like the Percy pigs. They're so sour. I used to eat them all the time. The last couple of times I've had them, they are so sour.
Oh god.
What?
I was going to get some orange juice.
Oh god. My dad has got a van and is coming from Norwich to come and pick the piano up today, so that's going to feel really weird. And I'm going to try and see if a couple of the lockers will fit in it, maybe my guitar as well. I'm just thinking anything that's like valuable would be better in like a one-off, not valuable, breakable would be better off in like a one-off small van. So I don't know where my guitar case is. I used to have one, it was covered in Toy Story stickers. But it's never been in this flat, and I thought one of my parents had it in their loft, but they both denied the allegations. So no, I'm going to wrap it in bubble wrap and hope for the best. Eliza, what are you doing up there?
It's almost like you put her up there.
It's almost, no. Look, there's stairs that she can walk down, it's fine. No, that's the wrong way. Come on, this way, this way. Hey. Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Okay, she missed the bottom one, but I'll let her off. Right, sorry, it's the next day now. Vlogging while packing is actually really hard. It's like quite boring and very stressful. But look what I found, this t-shirt. I have only worn this t-shirt about 3 times and I absolutely love it. I bought it last summer and then it just disappeared into thin air. Spoiler, it actually didn't disappear into thin air. I hadn't unpacked a suitcase from a trip to Norwich from, when was it? It was like the height of summer last year. So genuinely about 9 months this has been sat in a suitcase. But it's okay, I've got it now. I'm currently just packing the contents of my kitchen into a box. Charlie's gone out to do some errands, and we all know it's because he would rather do quite literally anything than packing boxes. We are both so bored of it, but also I've got such a system going that couldn't be the other way around, because if he messes up my system I'll be fuming. I've severely underestimated how many boxes we need, so we've ordered some more on Amazon. And they're due to arrive tomorrow. So my plan for today is to try and finish packing all of the boxes we already have. I actually don't know how many that is. The cats are kind of loving the fact that everything's everywhere. I think they're seeing it as like one big climbing frame. One thing that I'm so excited for once we've moved is having like some amount of guilt-free free time again, because ever since this kind of started, bearing in mind we accepted the offer on the flat in January, so to an extent since then, but obviously like it's sort of only gotten more extreme as time goes on. My Sonos speaker just keeps turning itself on. Every single time we sit down, or I sit down, I feel like I'm really antsy, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm wasting time, like I'm on such a time limit. So things like A new series of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives comes out in like 2 days. I know I'm not going to be able to watch that until we've moved. There's a whole new series of You on Netflix. And the thing is, I do think it's not been as good lately, like in the more recent seasons. But I loved that TV show. And I started watching season 5, and then I was like, oh my god, I can't commit to this. Like, I've got too much to do. I used to be the girl who literally has seen everything on TV. Like, if it was on Netflix, I'd watched it. And I loved that. That was my, like, chill time, and I loved doing that. And it was when I was at uni, and I was also working several jobs. So it's not like I had loads of free time. But I watched TV in bed. Like, before I was with Charlie, I would watch TV in bed every night. So I think I'd see a lot of it then. But, like, I just miss watching the TV shows. I'm a fiction girly through and through. I love to see what stories people's minds can come up with. And when I don't really have time to get stuck into a TV show, I end up just watching a lot of documentaries, which I do like, but they don't make me feel the same amount of, like, relaxed, or I don't know, like, they don't provide the same amount of escapism, I suppose, is what I'm getting at. So yeah, I'm excited for once we get to Norwich to be able to watch some more TV. Things I want to watch. I've actually already started it from season 1 when I'm getting ready in the mornings, because I wanted to, like, binge the whole thing now that the last season's out. I want to rewatch all of Stranger Things before the final season comes out, because I actually haven't watched all of the most recent season. I want to watch Rivals on Disney Plus. I want to watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I want to watch Good Omens, because, oh my god, Charlie and I went out for lunch the other day to celebrate him passing an exam, and we saw David Tennant and Michael Sheen in the restaurant that we were in, and I was like, oh my god. And one thing about me, I was a very big Twilight fan back in the day, and quite a big Doctor Who fan when David Tennant was the Doctor. So I was like trying to eat my chicken schnitzel and absolutely losing my shit. And I didn't want to say anything because they were out with, like, I don't know their marital status, but like their partners and their children. And like they seem to be having a very nice time. But I love the fact that they're friends in real life, and I know that they work together on Good Omens. So I've been meaning to watch it, and I do want to watch it. And I also want to, there's so much I want to watch. I think living in London, everything's so fast paced, and also it takes a lot longer to do things, right? Like, it just takes a lot longer to get everywhere if you're going on the tube than it does if you're like living in a village and then you just like drive 20 minutes to the city centre. Everywhere I go in London, I have to allow like 50 minutes to an hour to get there, really. And like that eats into a day, you know? So I'm really looking forward to having a bit more leisure time, and I'm gonna watch loads of TV. So if you've got any TV recommendations, oh my god, and I wanna watch Molly May Behind It All, the second part. I haven't seen that yet and everyone's talking about it. I'm just really excited to be in my like cozy girl era. Charlie and I are gonna get gym memberships, so we're gonna go swimming in the mornings or the evenings, and like we've got Odeon Limitless, so, and the Odeon in Norwich has just been renovated to one of the luxe ones, so they've got like recliner seats. I'm just gonna be in my, yeah, my like slow paced cozy girl era for a bit, and I'm so excited. I think especially after like all the rush of moving house, it just feels like exactly what I need right now. Although that being said, I do still feel quite sad at the thought of leaving London. Whenever I think about next weekend when we're packing the van up, like even yesterday when my dad took the piano, I got quite emotional. Like I do think I'm probably gonna cry, which is, I don't cry that often, and it's not really something that I anticipated, because obviously this is my decision, but it's the end of an era, you know? It just feels like a very big deal. And I was even going to arrange like a big like last day out in London with my friends for next week, and I thought about it, but then I decided against it because it just feels all a bit too final. And the thing is, I will be back in London all the time for work events. I've literally got a reason to come down to London the week after we move, and the week after that I'm staying in London for a couple of work bits. Like, I am going to be here all the time. I need to try not to get too upset about it, and I think the key is trying not to make it feel too final for me. Because also I'm worried about the cats, and them feeling unsettled in the move, because they seemed a bit unsettled yesterday just with all the boxes everywhere and stuff. They're obviously fine now. I don't know if you can hear them. They're like clattering about because they're playing with everything. They obviously pick up on our like vibes and energy, and I really don't want them to feel unnecessarily stressed because I can't get my shit together. Because realistically, I know that this is the right decision, and that if I wasn't doing this now, I would be constantly saying to myself, you know you need to move back to Norwich. What? If we weren't doing this now, I think both Charlie and I would ultimately know that it's the right thing to do, and so I think we'd be feeling quite like antsy because it is such a long process. I think there are certain things that you never really feel quite ready for, and for me this is one of those. I think I could live here another 2 or 3 years and resent every day that I hadn't made the jump, but also still feel not ready to go. I think it is the right thing. I hope it is the right thing. No decision is permanent. And if we go, whoa, that was a mistake, we'll figure it out and we'll come back, we'll try somewhere else. I'm overthinking, and that's because I spent the last day doing a lot with my hands in packing, but not a lot with my brain. So now my brain is in like big time overthinking mode. And these scissors are so blunt, they're like not even good enough to cut bubble wrap. I'm gonna stop vlogging and I'm gonna listen to some music or something that's gonna take my mind off me. Or maybe I'll bring my laptop in and watch a bit more of you. I have a bit of a theory. I can't remember if I've said this on here before, and I also don't know if this is like A, me chatting absolute rubbish, or B, whether this is like a well-known thing and everyone's gonna be like, yeah, obviously. But I've got this theory that like, because we binge TV shows far more often nowadays, we remember less of them. You is the perfect example. I loved that TV show. I would literally like do nothing the day it came out but just sit and watch it, and for those couple of days it was like a race and I like devoured it. But I can remember like bits and pieces, but actually a lot of the like main plot points I can't remember, so now I'm having to go back and watch it. But I think that's because of like binge watching culture and the fact that we don't give our brains like enough time to process things. Because when I was younger and I used to watch Glee, and I would watch Glee weekly as it came out. I think it was a Monday night, in bed. We weren't really allowed to watch TV in bed at bedtimes, but I would literally beg my parents to let me watch Glee, and then they'd let me, and then obviously they would only ever come in like the most inappropriate points. But anyway, I love Glee, and I still remember so much of the plot of Glee, despite having only ever watched each episode once. I think I'd spend time during the week thinking, oh my god, what's gonna happen to Santana, or like thinking about the plot of Glee and like, yeah, what I thought was gonna happen next week. I don't do that anymore, and I think it's because you don't have the time to like sit and think about it and process it. And similarly, like when Sherlock was coming out, obviously Sherlock comes out in, well, came out, although they never really announced that it was finishing, in like sets of 3 quite long episodes. And so I would watch that twice throughout a week. I would watch it when it came out, and then I'd watch it again about halfway through the week just to pick up on anything I missed, because like, you know, Sherlock, there was always quite a lot going on, eagerly anticipating the next week's episode. And as a result of that, I can remember most Sherlock episodes like quite well. So maybe I need to start watching TV weekly again. I can't really remember the last time I did that. Oh, I did it a little bit with the Northern Lights series. Is that what it was called? I can't remember what the actual title of it was. I think it was The Northern Lights. His Dark Materials, there we go. On the BBC. I watched that weekly when it first came out and I loved it. And that's another one that I really want to watch again. It was so good. Like, I loved the books when I was younger, but and I wasn't mad on the film adaptation, but the TV version was so good. But then I just got really fed up of waiting a whole week for each episode, and so I decided to stop watching it, wait until there were more of them, and then watch them as a series. But actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have carried on watching it weekly. Maybe I should pick 7 TV shows, a Monday TV show, a Tuesday TV show, and so on, and only watch 1 episode a week. I'm never gonna stick to that. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday today, so it's been a couple of days since I last spoke to you. And I'm still just working my way through my board of food. Eliza, off the counters please. Literally everything we've eaten for like the last week has been based purely on this list. But I feel like the list isn't going down. And how is that even possible? I was about to make myself a banana and Biscoff milkshake, but I've realised we actually have Biscoff biscuits to use up, and they're not going to travel as well as just like a tub of Biscoff. So I'm actually going to try making it with the biscuits. I think I've done this before. And then I've got a whole pack of digestive biscuits in here as well that I think, oh yeah, they're in date, that's fine. I think I'm going to make chocolate tiffin with to help, to like feed all the people that are helping us move on Saturday. I think we're going to do like bacon rolls, like tea, coffee, chocolate tiffin. It's only going to take a few hours because there are quite a few of us, so hopefully that will be enough. I don't know how many of these biscuits I'm going to use, maybe all of them. I don't think I normally use that much in this, but honestly I just want to rub it off the board. The dopamine hit of rubbing it off the board is really seeing me through at the moment. Unfortunately though, it does mean that I keep spending time just like staring at the board, being like, oh, do I fancy any of these things? What could I eat right now? Because now eating the snacks feels productive because it ticks something off the board. Ugh, this banana's gone so brown. Massive clump of ice. Ooh. Then I'm going to pop my Biscoff biscuit packets in. I've got 4 of them. I'm pretty sure I made it with Biscoff biscuits during the pandemic because my local shop didn't have any of the Biscoff spread. I'm such a Biscoff fiend. I get it from my dad, I think. He loves these Lotus biscuits. That hasn't really... It's not a very effective use of space, is it? Right, and then I'm going to top it off with some soya milk. Whack the lid on, and now we blend. It's a lot browner than normal. That must be the biscuits. Oh, I've packed most of my glasses. Okay, no, we do have 1 pint glass back here. This keeps happening where we're sort of in between trying to still cook a lot of meals at home, but also obviously we've packed everything up. So like last night Charlie baked a crumble which was absolutely amazing, and it meant I got to rub off the raspberries from the freezer section of the whiteboard. I realised I packed the mixing bowl, so he had to get creative. I can't remember what he used in the end. Oh, that was a big lump of something. Okay, that needs more stirring, I think. Probably just ice. Yeah. No more lumps. Fantastic. And it always tastes better through a straw. I can't explain it. I can rub off my 4 Biscoff biscuit duos. I wonder what I'll eat for lunch. How exciting. The possibilities are endless. I don't even want to think about how many hours I've spent on hold on the phone in the last few weeks. It is... Hi Amy. What I was trying to say was I've spent so long on hold over the last few days, over the last few weeks, months even. I would hate to tally up how much time I've just spent on hold. And why is hold music always like just irritating? I would rather have silence. There should be an option. I can't get the app on my phone to connect to my camera. I've been trying to take a thumbnail, but Jess is actually about to arrive to pick up a load of her stuff that is here. So I'm just gonna get her to push the button for me when she gets it. So I'm just gonna stand here and chat to you for a minute about the house update. So basically, it's looking like we're not gonna exchange when we need to, which is really frustrating because it means that we're gonna have to move out before we exchange, which obviously leaves us in quite a vulnerable position because if it were to fall through, all of our stuff is in Norwich and we are in Norwich and the flat is not. When it was all booked, I thought this was a really safe timeline. If anything, I thought maybe we would be the ones dragging our feet a little bit, but no, it is what it is, I suppose. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm a bit worried about it, but basically now the valuation that I had to get on the flat, basically because I've got a Help to Buy loan on this flat, it had to be valued by a surveyor. They had to come around and tell me what it was worth so that I could then pass that information on to Help to Buy because they get back a percentage of the value of the house rather than what it's sold on, whichever one is higher. But that valuation is only valid for 3 months and it is expiring in a few days, so I now need to get that renewed, which is annoying because it's probably going to cost me a load of money. And then I need to contact Help to Buy again. Last time I was in dealing with Help to Buy, they said 5 working days and it took 8 weeks. So I feel very beaten down by this process today, and it's currently Tuesday and we move out on Saturday, and honestly I just feel like bursting into tears. It's not helpful, but I just need to keep pressing forward because there's too much to do. I can't have a breakdown right now. Once the stuff's moved to Norwich, then I can have a breakdown. I'll schedule it in. I just asked Jess if she'd like a snack and she asked me what I've got.
And I'm interested to see what you've got.
Well, here's the menu.
It's very thorough.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'll have the 3 times sweet corn, please. It's a cold brew M&M.
It's a cold brew M&M.
Well, I've never heard of that in my life. M&S pistachio chocolate, are you joking?
Yeah, it's good actually.
Is it the Big Daddy?
Yeah.
I hate that it's called that.
Yeah, me too, I'm obsessed.
Okay, my sample choice is 3 times sweet corn, 1 times rice pudding, and I will have that with a side of 1 times curry base.
Sounds lovely.
Thank you.
Rice pudding with curry base.
And sweet corn.
You're gonna mix
obviously.
it in?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or maybe like a lasagna sheet for a bit of crunch.
Oh yeah, you can break it up on the top.
Yeah, like a little garnish.
Yeah.
Just for a bit of texture, because otherwise, rice pudding, sweet
all a
corn,
bit
and
mushy.
it's quite soft. I'm a big texture girl. I like mixing my textures, so I think a little lasagna sheet on top would go a long way to making that a lovely meal.
Perfect.
I'm intrigued by these.
They're quite nice.
They're from America, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, caramel cold brew.
Oh
as
my
well.
god, someone,
Fancy.
I put that on my story. Someone's replied, okay, but on the flip side, making this kind of list when you're moving and need to empty the cupboards is so satisfying. Well, that's what I'm doing, I just haven't said it.
Little do you know.
Eliza's
Hello.
interested.
Do you want a cold brew M&M?
I don't think she does.
Caramel cold brew. You'd get extra zoomies from these. Yeah? Oh, sorry. Or are you trying to sniff me because of holes? Or do you just like M&Ms? No.
That's the only reason she's sniffing. She had the packet and she's just checking they're not something really good crisps.
And they're not. They're a really different assortment of crisps. Interesting though.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I quite enjoy them. I didn't think I was going to.
No, they're alright, aren't they?
M&Ms are really hit and miss.
Yeah.
The good ones are fantastic, but the bad ones are like really terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right, it's been a bit dicey. Yesterday, we were told that the lease for the flat was actually written wrong when I bought it, and that we basically were going to have to wait for them to rewrite the lease, which would be a lengthy process. So we suddenly thought that maybe it was going to be pushed back potentially by months, maybe even fall through. Turns out that was wrong. They've just been charging everyone in the building the wrong amount of money for the 7 years that I've lived here. So that's been interesting, but it seems to be crisis averted. We have just signed the contracts.
Jesus.
We have Maria as our witness, and Charlie had to sign it as well to say that he agrees to move out. But I've sent them off, and considering last night we actually were seriously thinking it might fall through, it seems to have resolved itself.
Yeah, it's been very hit and miss, and I just, when people say moving is stressful, listen to me closely when I say this, very closely. It is horrendously stressful. People, I think until that you've been through that situation, and even if you have been through that situation, you kind of forget, because you're always like, okay, fine, like this is bought, like
we've just been spending hours on the phone, both of us. Like, there's been times when Charlie's been on the phone to one person, I've been on the phone to another person, and then we've like swapped, and then we've both then had to do different calls just to like get through to the right teams. Every piece of paper that is needed doesn't seem to be where it should be. We've had to like chase everything up, and then everyone says we'll get back to you within 5 to 10 working days, and then we've had to say you said that last time and it didn't work, and then they sort of go, oh okay, we can do it now then, and it's so frustrating. Hello everyone, it's the next day now. So today is Thursday, So we've got 2 days until the van is coming to pick up all our stuff. I'm so bored out of my mind. Charlie has just gone to Dunelm to pick up some like special bags to put our clothes in so that we can see them, because we don't know how much access we're going to have to a lot of our stuff for a few months while we're staying at my grandparents'. So we're getting like, I'll show you, but like bags that help with that basically. But I just took some stuff down to the bins, and when I was down there I saw that I had an unexpected parcel from Scrub Daddy. I've never had PR from Scrub Daddy. Oh shut up. Oh my god, shut up. It is a Stitch Scrub Daddy. It says mischief has landed. Scrub Daddy's innovative flex texture technology with Disney's charm. Oh my god, I'm actually so excited for the Lilo and Stitch movie. I love Lilo and Stitch, and I'm actually going to a Lilo and Stitch pop-up tomorrow. What is this? Oh my god, it's a Stitch mug as well. This is so cute. I've already packed all my mugs though. Oh, it's a pop socket, a Scrub Daddy pop socket, a damp duster. This is really handy. I'm actually going to leave all the cleaning stuff here. Power paste. I'm not very familiar with the Scrub Daddy brand. I've used their what are they called, eraser daddies, to get like marks off a wall. It's like a magic eraser, but other than that I have never really tried any of their stuff, so I'm excited about that because obviously I've heard such good things. I'm definitely gonna leave this here because basically so we've had a bit of a mess up really. I was under the impression that we would have already exchanged by this point, and we haven't, which is stressful because we're moving out on Saturday. We do now have a date for the exchange, which is next Wednesday. So we're only like 4 days out from when we move, and then we won't complete for another week after that. So I've basically got like nearly 2 weeks, and I think I'm gonna do like several trips back and forth. I need to do some charity shop runs that I'm just not gonna have time to do before the van comes, and like I want to take all the nails out of the walls and polyfiller them and like make sure they all look good and, you know, presentable. I want to deep clean the oven, blah blah blah. I'm sure I'll vlog those days as well because I think they're going to be very full on. I also want to put some stuff on Vinted, and I feel like bringing it with me to Norwich is just asking for problems. I'm just going to lose it, aren't I? So I think I'm going to do all that from here. So basically I'm going to leave like a pile of stuff for myself that is like my mental to-do list of like stuff to clean, stuff to do here. Oh, that means I need to leave my label printer here or I'm not going to be able to do Vinted. Must remember that. Right, my next job is that I need to sort out this chest of drawers, but I've realised I've sorted out all the drawers inside here when I've been decluttering, but what I haven't sorted out is what's on top, so I thought we could do that together. That is our mission if you choose to accept it, and if not, tough. Okay, so first of all I've got sunglasses. I don't think I'm going to bring this stand with me, to be honest. I've had it for a really long time and I do really like it, but I don't think I need this many pairs of sunglasses, so I won't have enough to fill it. And also these are made of like dowel, not me, DT jargon. These are made of dowel, wooden dowel, so I think they'll just all break in storage, and like, I just don't want splinters everywhere. It's just a whole thing. So I need to decide which of these I'm going to keep. This is my favourite pair of sunglasses ever. They're the Key Australia Jezebel sunglasses, and if I could only ever own one pair of sunglasses, it would be these. I normally wear them on my head, and because of that they're kind of loose now, so I probably do need to buy a new pair of these, but I'm going to keep them because I love them. These ones are quite similar, so I probably don't need these, right? They are much tighter on the head. Maybe I will keep them. This is going well. These I love. These are like my festival sunglasses because they've got the glitter. Sorry, my phone rang. Charlie called. He's found some big storage boxes in Dunelm. God, I can't wait for this not to be my life anymore. Anyway, I love these sunglasses. And they go with surprisingly more than you would think, and I love the shape of them, so these are staying. I'm doing really not very well at this. But to be fair, I keep the ones that I wear the most on the top, except for these ones. I love these red hearts, and do I wear them often? No, but because of doing social media as a job, I quite often end up needing little props like this. So I'm going to keep the red ones and the pink ones, but I think the yellow hearts is maybe a bit too niche. I don't think I need to keep these, and these purple ones I never wear. Why do I own these? They look quite cool on the bridge of my nose, but then they do not protect me from the sun at all. So I'm going to get rid of those. These are from Oliver Bonus, and I really like them, but I literally never wear them because I wear these instead. So I'm going to get rid of these. These are tortoise shell as well, but again, if I was going to wear these, I would just be wearing these ones. So I think these can also go. This was my old favourite pair of sunglasses. These were from River Island, and I actually left them in Ibiza one year and then rebought them on like eBay because they'd gone out of stock in River Island like years before. I just like the shape of them, but to be fair, I don't really know if they suit me anymore, which is weird because they used to be like my all-time favourite pair. I think I'm going to get rid of them, you know. And then I also have this pair. I do like these, although actually I don't love the fact that it is like ombre. I actually don't think I'd noticed if these went missing, and I think that means I need to get rid of them. So I've gotten rid of 6 pairs and I'm keeping 6. Oh, that worked out nicely. You're done. Now we're moving on to my ridiculous headband collection. I used to wear headbands most days, and then when I got my extensions, I felt like they didn't really suit me anymore. And then since then, I've kind of fallen out of the habit of wearing them. But there are a couple that I really love, and now that I have shorter hair again, maybe I might like them on myself again. This is a headband that I won at Six the Musical when I went up on stage. And the thing is, sorry, I just turned the light on. Anyway, do I need this? No. Do I wear this? No. Could I, in the future, make a video about Six the Musical and be so infinitely annoyed with myself for throwing this away? Yes, so I'm going to keep it. Maybe I should just start wearing it around the house. This one is like sparkly, I don't really wear it. I have 3 pearly headbands. 2, 3, and then they may look the same, but they're all very different. Okay, so this first one has like smaller pearls and then bigger pearls at the top. Whenever I put it on, I feel like it makes my head look a bit of a weird shape. Like, I don't think this is correct, so I'm going to get rid of this one. This, I think, is my favourite one. It's got like little pearly clusters, and I like that it shows up very well. But then this one is just like a singular row of pearls, which is sometimes pretty. Although I feel like I could probably just have one. I'm just going to keep that one. I'm going to get rid of the other 2. This one, she's simple but effective. I used to wear it a lot, but I just feel like, again, if I wanted a cream one, I'd probably just wear the pearls. This I bought in Brighton. It's handmade. It was expensive. I can't remember how much it was, but I remember at the time being like, this is a splurge. And I've never worn it, but look how fun it is. I would love to like, I don't know, some sort of fancy event or something. I could definitely wear this. I'm gonna keep this one. Then I have the Birthday Queen headband. This gets passed around my friendship group. We used to have a cake hat, but it went missing, so now we have the Birthday Queen headband. And it was my birthday most recently, but it's Abby's birthday next week, so I'm gonna keep this on, and I need to keep it kind of vaguely accessible. This next one, it's like bluey, greeny with pearls all over. It is really cute. I'm just not really sure it's my vibe anymore, to be honest. Like 5 years ago, I would have worn this all the time, but not really anymore. So I think it's time to get rid of that one. This is my Happy New Year headband. I don't need it very often, approximately once a year. So I'm gonna pack this away with my like fancier dresses. Actually, a few of these. What do we think to this one? I do quite like it. I like the height that it's got on it, but I never really wear it. Although it is quite fun, isn't it? I'm gonna keep this one. Or wait, these 2. This one. Eliza knocked the mop over into a bowl. This red one. This is probably the one that I used to wear the most, to be honest. I don't think it's really my style anymore. I'm gonna keep this one. And then I've got 2 more like sparkly ones. This one I've worn quite a lot, but now it has a gem out of it, and I didn't catch the gem, which is annoying, so I think I'm gonna have to get rid of it. And then this one I'm gonna keep. So how did we do for headbands? We kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the magic number today. And how many did I get rid of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. For my next trick, I will construct dinner dictated mostly by things that are on the board. This is a board update, by the way. There is absolutely no way we're going to finish all this before we need to go. I feel like it's barely even going down, to be honest, but it is meaning that we're buying a lot less snacks and stuff because like we're so aware of what we have, which to be honest should be the case all the time. I need to figure out a way to adopt this system into my real life. But anyway, tonight, don't know why I just showed you a 3-pack of onions. I'm not just eating a 3-pack of onions. We did buy 2 things for dinner tonight that we're then going to put with stuff from the board. So we bought some chicken Kievs. How long do these take? 29 minutes. I think Charlie's going to be back in about 20 minutes, so that's pretty perfect. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Chips from the freezer. I think there's more than 2 portions here. There definitely is. That's so annoying. That means I'm not going to be able to grab it off the freezer. And then if you're a fan of the vlogs, you would have seen me do this before, but this is like a vegetable thing that I saw when I was using one of those meal kit things. I think it was Simply Cook. And so they sent like recipes and like all the spices, and then you would just buy the like ingredients list. Basically it's a white onion chopped up, and then sweet corn. Normally I just do 1 tin between 2, but we're trying to get through it, and we could do with a veg probably, so we're gonna have a tin each, I've decided. And basically you fry off the onion and then add the sweet corn in, and then add like paprika, or like it wasn't paprika, it was like a concoction of spices. I can't remember what it was, but I normally put paprika or like Cajun seasoning, and then mayo, just a little bit of mayo, to like bring everything together and like mix it around. It sounds weird, and honestly if I heard someone say it I'd be like, that sounds disgusting, but it's really good. So if you're saying it sounds disgusting, I was going to say you'll eat your words, but you probably won't because you're not eating it. But I would recommend that you try it. I'll show you, shall I? It feels so surreal that this just isn't going to be my house soon. I've lived here for 7 years. That's the longest I've ever lived anywhere, by quite a long shot actually. And on the one hand I feel very ready to move out. Obviously it was my decision, but at the same time I can't really imagine my life any differently. Especially I think it's not helping that we don't know where we're moving to. Obviously we know that we're moving to Stalingrad right now, but like we don't know where our end destination is. So I don't think that's really helping me in terms of like envisaging the future. I always think it's a lot easier, what am I saying? I don't know how to put this. It's a lot easier to leave your current situation out of excitement for your next one, rather than just like for the sake of leaving. I don't even just mean like moving house. I mean like, say you had a job that was fine, and you didn't really feel particularly inclined to leave it, but you weren't particularly enjoying it either, and then someone offered you like your dream job out of the blue. Suddenly leaving that job would become a bit of a no-brainer. It becomes so much easier to walk away from a situation that's not particularly serving you if you feel excited to be walking into something else, or that's how I've always seen it anyway. I think that's where I'm struggling with this, is because I'm so appreciative to my grandparents for letting us stay with them, and like I'm so aware that it's a huge privilege to have, and that like not everyone has that option, and it's going to save us loads of money, and it's going to give us the privilege of time too, in terms of like sussing out some areas, because obviously I grew up in Norwich, but I've not lived there for like nearly a decade. So I think it will be good that we can kind of get a feel for some places before we, you know, spend our whole life savings on a house there. And particularly for Charlie, because obviously he's never lived in the area at all. I think that's a really good opportunity for him to kind of feel like he gets to know the general Norwich area before we kind of decide exactly where we're going to buy. And it will also give him some time to like settle into a new place, find his feet a bit before we then start like renovating a house. However, while I am very grateful, it is difficult to imagine what the future is going to look like, because we know it's a temporary situation. And it's things like, I want to be able to, like, when I'm packing all this stuff up, it's hard to see the end of it, because it's like, I can't imagine the stuff in a new space. It's just going to stay in these boxes in a garage for months. So, or a storage unit if we can't fit it all in the garage. So I don't know. I filmed the video today where I announced that we're leaving, and that felt like such a surreal moment. I don't even really know if I got my words out properly, to be honest, but hopefully it made some sense. It's just crazy. I keep thinking tears are on their way. I haven't cried about leaving yet. I suppose I haven't left yet. Charlie's due back in 10 minutes. I'm gonna pop the chips in the air fryer. Oh my god, we need to make sure we keep the air fryer with us. At Nanny and Grandad's, I would be lost without the air fryer. There are still like probably 1.5 portions of chips in there. Hello. Bit of a dodgy angle, but do you want some food? You do? Oh my babies. Hey Eliza. I'll pop some biscuits on top. One for Eliza and one for Eponine. Good girls. They always stand on the same side now when they eat their food. It used to just be wherever we put it down, but now Eponine always eats on the left and Eliza always eats on the right. And if they're on the wrong sides, they literally swap. It's very sweet. They love a routine. Yeah, it's Lilo and Stitch theme.
That's so funny.
Isn't it?
Hello friends, how are you all? Good. I am exhausted. All of this is...
The good news is in 48 hours we'll be in Norwich. I don't know, that feels like good news and bad news at once, but I think it is good news.
Hey guys, look what I got. This. Plus this. Plus this. Plus this. Plus this. Plus this. Plus this.
I want you to tell me how many boxes you think how many boxes worth of stuff should be in a 2-bed flat. Because bearing in mind I've been on a #declutter journey for like 2 years, there is still so much stuff in this flat. I don't know how many boxes it's going to be yet.
65 litres. The other ones were 60 litres.
What?
The ones that were £11.
What's how then?
So there was one that, so there were boxes, so I gave Amy a little call and I said, look love, we're having a bit of storage crisis, aren't we? I said, what do you want to do? And she went, well, you know, that sounds like a really good deal. Because I was talking about getting some more boxes. Sorry, I left that bit out, didn't I? And then I was like, that seems a bit expensive. Anyway, me being me, not wanting to pay full price, because why would I? I was walking around the store, could get them cheaper. 3 65-litre boxes for 20 quid.
Instead of, what was it?
One box for £11.50.
That was 60 litres.
What was 60 litres?
Well, you're not silly, are you?
No, we've got an additional how many litres for cheaper? Oh, Amy can't do maths. 15.
Well, no, more than 15.
No.
Because originally we were going to get 2 boxes for 60 litres, and that's 3 boxes. So actually we've got an additional 80 litres or something.
Or something. But yeah, I am exhausted. Okay, well, what I've really been enjoying on TV at the moment is Race Across the World or Race Around the World or whatever it is. BBC.
Oh yeah, BBC is so good.
It's so good.
It's like reality TV and a documentary sort of merged into one. Basically it's 5 pairs of people. So some couples, a mum and a son, some siblings.
I could never do that with my siblings. If my siblings are watching this, I'm sorry, I could never spend that amount of time with you.
My sister would be significantly better at that than I would. But basically, they start off in China, and the end point is
some place in India.
And they have like different checkpoints that they have to hit, and they have a budget, and they have to race each other basically. It's so good, isn't it?
And Amy and I, like, a few times have been like, when they've been making certain decisions on when to spend the budget, both of us have been like, that's a really silly idea. Because like some parts, I'm not going to spoil it, but like some parts like mean that some people like maintain the lead, and I'm like, if I was in the lead, I would want to maintain that as much as possible. So with the first thing that you do, the first like leg after you're leading, would you then spend money to then make sure that you are already travelling?
Like
so
to
then
get somewhere faster.
Yeah, so then you're already one step ahead of those that are then...
Yeah, like increase the amount that you're ahead by.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, it's really good. It's been a quite good de-stressor, I would say.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Although tonight we need to take the TV off the wall, so that might put a stop to it.
No. No, it's not going to put a stop to it, I'll just put the legs on.
Oh yeah, true.
I said this earlier. Amy doesn't listen to me. How have you guys been? Have you been enjoying the moving vlogs? What do you reckon that we're doing? Like, I really, when you release this, I'm really interested to know what we're doing at the time. Like, as in, where we're at. Like, have we decided...
Would we have found a house?
Yeah, would we found a house yet? Like, I don't know.
We've got a couple of viewings booked in for next week.
Yeah.
Actually, we've got a couple of viewings booked in for the day we're meant to exchange on this place. So if we did want to put any offers in, we would have exchanged, so we would be chain free.
Oh yeah, Lordy, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So we would be what they call an attracted buyer. And do you know what? I am attracted. Not physically.
You're meant to say I am attractive, or like we are attractive.
Nah, it doesn't work like that in my world. Currently, if you're wondering what I'm washing, I'm currently washing a coffee pot. So we're having a lot of help actually this weekend. But my brothers, a few years back for my birthday, bought me this coffee machine. I think it was my birthday during lockdown.
One of your brothers is coming, isn't he, this weekend?
One of my brothers is coming this weekend.
We've got Maria and Jess, we've got Ollie.
When I was driving back from Dunelm, I kept on saying to myself, I was like, I really need something to perk me up. Oh, I'll have a coffee when I get home. And then I looked at the time and I was like, no,
we're going to be up for a long time, so if you do want one,
10 to 8.
Have one. I might have one.
Nah.
I was thinking about having a Monster about an hour ago.
No.
Last night I was sick, like through the night.
Oh yeah, what a good idea. The night of, like, after that you've just been sick. Oh yeah, have a Monster.
I don't feel sick anymore though, but I do need some energy because it's nearly 8 PM and we've got many hours ahead of us still. Dinner is served. It looks very beige, but there are vegetables involved, so it's allowed. It's allowed regardless. Oh, good evening everyone. Oh, Charlie's ringing me. Alright, love you, see that, bye. Moving day actually has been and gone a couple of days ago, and it was a very long day and I meant to film content and I literally didn't have time. It was very full on. Charlie and I actually got to Norwich around 2 AM and we were absolutely exhausted, so we had yesterday just to chill. And today I've come back to the flat because there's still quite a lot to do. We packed up the van. We actually did 2 van loads, so the first one just had furniture in it, and then the second one had most of the boxes, but there is still some stuff here. In fact, I'll show you around the rooms at the moment. This is the living room. How weird is that? And this is the kitchen. So obviously there's still quite a lot in the kitchen, but everything's out of the cupboards. In the bedroom, I've left the sofa cushions at the minute just in case I need to sleep here. there's still like quite a few bits and pieces to put into cupboards and stuff. The bathroom is pretty much completely empty. The cupboards are empty and everything. And then through here, this bathroom is totally empty. I just need to come back and do a deep clean of the sink, the toilet, the bath and the floor. And then this is the office currently. It looks like there's still so much stuff here, and there is, I suppose. But so, yeah, I feel very lucky to have this time between when we move out and when we complete, so that I can like come back and make sure that everything is in order. I've been trying to figure out what standard everything needs to be at, because like in terms of like the hooks on the walls or the holes in the walls where the TVs have been, I've been like googling what is expected, because obviously I've never done this before, and the results are so mixed. Like some people say that the place was an absolute mess when they moved in, like nothing had even been cleaned. Personally, that doesn't sit right with me. Other people say it was all the holes were filled in and plastered over, but that it was done badly and it ended up causing them more work. And like obviously I'm not a professional with things like that, so I don't really know if my best would end up causing the new owner of this flat more problems further down the line. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to have a think about it. But as a general rule of thumb, I think I'm gonna go for like leaving the place as I would like to find it kind of vibe. I've been here for most of the day, sorting through a few boxes and stuff that we didn't have time to do before the move. And if I'm honest, I've just been doing a lot of crying. I really didn't expect to feel this emotional, but I feel completely drained. I have so many lovely memories in this flat. I'm gonna go again. You know, and obviously with any house, it's got good memories and bad memories, but this is the first flat I ever bought, and I bought it by myself, and it was such an achievement, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that and for being able to maintain it. And like, it hasn't been easy living here all the time, and there have definitely been parts of it that I haven't loved, but there have been parts that I've loved so much, and I can't imagine never coming back here. It's so weird. This has been my home for 7 years. Oh my god, which is the longest I've ever lived anywhere. And I feel like my whole adult life so far has happened in this flat, and honestly I'm really scared because I just don't know what's next. I need to calm down. I think the issue that I'm having, I've touched on before, is that it's really hard to get excited about a future when you don't know what that future is, or I find it hard. And right now I just feel really sad that this chapter is ending, and I've chosen to end it myself, and in some ways I feel like I've betrayed myself because I've loved this chapter of my life so much. But if nothing changes, then everything stays the same, and that's what I keep saying to myself. I don't want to be like stagnant, but that doesn't make this any less hard. I've got so many goals and plans and things for my life that I couldn't achieve living here, and I know that this is the first step in all of those, but right now I just feel really sad. Oh my god, pull it together. I'm going to start heading back to Norwich now, because as it stands I'm going to get there at about 10:30. So I'm going to do that, and thank you very much for watching this moving vlog. There's still lots to come of the moving vlogs. I'm going to come back and do a big deep clean next week, so I'll bring you along for that, because I know you guys love the cleaning videos, and hopefully you can keep me company, because I do feel really weird like rattling around this empty flat. And also I can show you the new place where we're going to be living, which is only temporary. It's like an annex on the side of my grandparents' house, and we haven't actually stayed there yet. We've been staying at my mum's for a few days just while that all gets sorted. And house hunting, obviously there's so much more to come in this whole like moving journey, so thank you for coming along on it with me. Sorry for crying at you, and I will see you very soon. Also, I've been thinking maybe I should do like a things I didn't know about the process of selling a house video, because oh my god, that was Everyone always says it's hard, and I was like, how hard could it be? Hard, actually. It's just emotionally really hard. I don't want to do that again for a really long time. Bye, guys.